Yo, welcome back to the LionHeart podcast where we learn that the heart of a lion in this jungle we call life. Back at it again with another episode. I'm going to be honest, I have no idea what episode this is. You'll see on here, obviously. But I just want to record another episode because it's been a while. It's been a while. And I'm sorry about that. Right now it's been inconsistent. I have to get stuff. I have to get content in order to be able to put out. I'm not trying to just put out some pointless episodes. So anyways, the main topic that I want to stick to today, I'm going to get right into it. All right. If you're a returning listener, I appreciate you for returning listening back to the podcast. As you know, this is all a podcast all about becoming the best version of yourself. Right. If you're hearing this for the first time, I appreciate you for tuning in. You're not going to regret it. We're going to talk some real stuff today. So make sure you stay tuned. And yeah, man, please keep supporting the podcast as you guys have been. I appreciate you guys who have been sticking around for this point in time. I started this about a year ago now, so I think it's been more than a year. But yeah, anyways, I'm going to get right into it. So it's all about stop conforming to the standards of other people. Right? I don't know what I'm going to call this episode yet, but it's going to be something along the lines of that. Stop trying to conform to all the standards that everybody has set for you. Right? Like, there's so many different standards that I feel like young men feel like they need to follow nowadays. Whether it's being with a whole bunch of women. Whether it's you need to follow what everybody else is doing, drinking, smoking, everything that they're doing, partying, doing all these different things. And people feel like the need that they need to fit in with everybody else. I need to fit in with everybody else, so I'm just gonna keep doing what they do. I gotta get my numbers up, man. I gotta get all these different women and stuff like that. I gotta get my number count up. I'm gonna tell you right now, straight off the jump, and we're gonna go into this, but that stuff does not matter. Stop focusing on all these things that everybody else puts their focus on. And I feel like it's because of many different things, whether it's social media, even things promoted in music, right? Because these type of things are promoted in music, and I feel like that's why people feel like they need to do this in order to be cool. Many other things. There's, I don't know. People around you could be influencing you to do this. You could just have bad people around you, bad friends. Even family could be the ones that are introducing you to these different things, these different concepts that are not good for you, that are not beneficial. You have to realize that these standards mean absolutely nothing. Like, have higher standards for yourself. You got to realize that most of the world is going to conform to a specific pattern, right? Most people are going to be in the same kind of realm. But you need to decide right now whether you want to be just like them or whether you want to be better than most of the people in the world. It's up to you, right? It's your decision. Whether you want to be like everybody else or if you want to be your own person and be the best that you could possibly be. That is up to you. You got to make that decision. If you're trying to conform to everybody else's life pattern and trying to focus on everything else that everybody else is focused on, dude, you're never going to get anywhere. You're never going to get anywhere. You're going to stay stuck in the same position. Even if you want to grow, you're not going to grow. If you're trying to conform and make everybody else like you, and at the end of the day, even if you try to make everybody like you, I guarantee you not everybody's going to like you. Because that's just the way the world is. You're going to have enemies. You're going to have people that don't like you and stuff. It is what it is. It is what it is. You got to learn to be yourself. Hold yourself to higher values. Right? Whatever those higher values may be, hold yourself to higher values. Right? For example, like, instead of thinking that I need to smash as many women as possible, I need to get my numbers up and everything. Why don't you think as a higher value person, right? Thinking instead, let me find one that's gonna stick by my side, that I can stick by her side or his side, whoever's listening to this, whatever it is that you're into, stick by that partner's side. So that way I'm able to build a family with that person and to be able to expand out. This is mostly towards men, so I feel like it's going to be mostly men listening to this. But you got to think at a higher level. Don't think in a childlike way. A childlike way is thinking, I need to get my numbers up and I got to do all this stuff. You're wasting so much time, man. Think about how much time you waste trying to run your numbers up and do all these different things. Trying to keep in contact with so many different women at the same time. Dude, it's absolutely pointless. You could be using that time to use for yourself. It's better to try to find one that's going to hold you down so that you're able to take care of them, they're able to take care of you, and you can continue on with what you're trying to do. But if you're trying to hold on to so many different numbers at the same, like, bro, you're not going to go anywhere from there. Like, make better decisions. Realize what you can do with your life if you just focus on the correct things. And I feel like this is such a big thing nowadays, man. Like, it's just portrayed in that way that it's so important. But if you look at all the higher value men, they realize that this is not important in their life. And most of them try to find one specific person that they can be with for the rest of their life and build a family around. Why? Because they realize that's just the way that it's supposed to be. That's the way it's always been. That's the way it's always been. Those are the values that should still be in place. But society nowadays is trying to take those values away and telling men, oh, go run your numbers up, do all the things. And same thing with women. They're telling women to go run up their numbers and do all these things too. Like, it's pointless. It's pointless. You're not going to go anywhere with that. What is that going to do for you in your future? Man, I got a high number. I got a high body count. I got a high number count. What's that going to do for you? Is that going to make you money? Is that going to do something for you? Think about the benefits. There's none. It's just a waste of time. So stop trying to focus on things like that if it's not going to do anything for you. Like, if you're going to be spending your time on something, it should be something that's going to be beneficial for you in the end. I guarantee you that's not going to be beneficial for you. It's not going to do absolutely nothing for you. So make better decisions with it. If you're going to try to find a partner, first of all, work on yourself. Because if you're not in the position mentally, physically, in every shape of way to be with somebody, then you don't need to be worrying about that right now. Worry about yourself. But if you feel like you're ready for that, then find one specific that you can do. And it's going to take time. It's not going to come right around the corner. But take the time and continue working on yourself. But stop trying to live like everybody else and trying to do all these things. Don't waste your time, man. Don't waste your time on pointless things. Same thing with partying and drinking, all these different things. If you're the kind of person that likes to have fun and you like to go out and everything, it's okay to do it in moderation, right? Some people enjoy being able to do certain things in any ways. Okay, fine, moderation. But if you're constantly wasting your time, all this stuff all the time, you're partying every single weekend, you're drinking every single weekend, you're doing this once again, what are the benefits? What are the benefits going to happen from that? What benefits? What benefits are you going to get? You're not. You're just wasting money. You're going out spending all this time and then you get hung over the next day. It's not doing anything for you. And that ties in with the first one too, because guess what? Most likely, if you're doing that, you're trying to get your body count up too. What's it going to do for you? It ain't going to do nothing. It ain't going to do nothing. So my point is, focus on the correct things, man. Focus on working on yourself. Focus on the things that are going to build you up. Don't focus on what they say that you need to do or what they want to do because you want to hang out with your friends and be like them. Don't be like everybody else. Learn to be yourself. Have higher values. Have values that you value. I have my values. I have my values and I know what it is that I need to follow and what is it that I need to do. Am I perfect? No, I'm not. I make many mistakes. But I have a foundation of what I'm trying to build upon. Have your higher values the place on your life. And this leads me on to point number 2. That was more so, point number 1 is stop trying to be like everybody else and follow what everybody else's quote unquote values are, because those values are trash, right? The ones we just spoke about. Those are trash values. It's not going to do anything for you. Second, don't try to conform to what other people think that you should be doing. You have to recognize at the end of the day, your life is your life, right? Up until now, all the decisions you've made in the situation that you're in now, you have to take accountability for where you're at right now. A lot of people don't know how to take accountability. They say, oh, I'm here in this situation now because this happened, and this happened, and this happened, and this happened. Okay, yeah, all those things happen. But no matter what, you got to take accountability and control over your life. You made decisions that have put you where you're at right now. No matter what situations have come, you've made decisions that put your life where it's at right now, whether it's good or bad. That could be a good thing, and it can also be a bad thing if you're in a bad situation. But you have to take accountability for your situation. Once you take accountability, then you're able to start controlling things because you start realizing your decisions have an effect on what your life is going to turn out to be. So it's up to you to take accountability for your situation. With that being said, a lot of people have a tendency to follow what other people think that they should be doing, whether it's family members, whether it's friends, whether it's just acquaintances around them or what they're seeing online and everything. And they think, oh, this person's doing this person said I should do this, then I need to do this. Then let me follow what they're doing, let me do this, let me do that. Even though it makes them Absolutely miserable. You got to recognize what is it that you wanted to do. What is your life path that you're trying to go down? Stop worrying about what everybody else is thinking. And this includes family too. A lot of the times, even with family, we have a tendency to get caught up in exactly what is it that they say we do, that we forget what is it that we want to do. And I don't mean this by saying when somebody tells you something, don't listen to them at all or anything. If they're trying to give you advice, don't listen at all. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is you need to figure out your life path. And then when you hear people giving you advice or telling you things, take the nuggets that you need to take from every conversation. Take the nuggets from every conversation so you're able to input it into your life. But don't allow anybody to control your life, to control what is it that you're doing, and that you're pleasing them instead of making yourself happy with your decisions. That's what I'm trying to say. Take the nuggets from every conversation. That's very important. Every conversation may have a nugget that you can take and put into your own life. But don't allow anybody to ever control your life. Control what is it that they say that you should be doing. Because at the end of the day, your life is your life. You're going to make mistakes. Nobody on this earth is perfect. You're going to make mistakes. I guarantee you that. I'm still making mistakes to this day. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to fail. That's the way life is. That's the way life is. If you don't fail, that means you're not trying. If you don't fail, that means that you're not going after a higher purpose. You have to fail in life. You're going to fail. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to mess up. It is what it is. But through those mistakes, through the imperfection, through learning from all these different situations, that's how you build yourself into the man that you can become. Because when you start to learn from those situations and you start to realize, okay, I made a mistake here. Shoot, let me fix this now and try again. Okay, I did this wrong. Okay, let me fix that and then let me do this again. Once you start learning from your mistakes and picking up on everything, and then you're able to keep going forward no matter what, dude, you're going to be unstoppable at that point. No matter what. Even if it takes a little bit of time, you will succeed in whatever it is that you're pushing towards. You will. Guaranteed. You will if you are 100% consistent with what you're trying to do. But you got to be consistent. You got to be consistent with it and recognize what path is it that you want to walk. So going back to the point, because it's a different podcast right there. That's a different topic. You got to recognize what is it that you want to do. Stop trying to let everybody else run your life, basically. Your life is your life. Your mistakes are your mistakes. Your outcomes are your outcomes. You have control over everything. No matter what, nobody else can control your life. You make your own decisions. So what decisions are you going to make for your life? That's the question I got for you. What decisions are you going to make for your life to impact your life in a positive way? What kind of life is it that you want to live? That's what it comes down to. What kind of life? And you got to realize that with any kind of life that you want, there's sacrifice that comes with it. There is sacrifice. But it just depends on what is it that you're trying to do. There's life paths that require a lot more sacrifice than others. If you're fine with working a 9-to-5 job, coming home to your family at the end of the day and everything, then do that. Follow that life path and allow yourself to enjoy the moment in that. I feel like so many people see everything on social media and they feel like all these different entrepreneurs and stuff like that this is just an easy life. They have a lot of money. They're traveling all the time. They're doing this. They're doing that. And they think, oh man, this is easy work. Let me do that. But you got to recognize, dude, that work is not easy. It's not easy work at all. There's an effort that goes into all that. And if that's the life path you're trying to do, then you need to realize the sacrifices behind it. There's things that you got to work on yourself in order to be able to achieve that. So with that being said, stop trying to let everybody else run your life, right? Stop trying to focus on what everybody else is doing. Like sometimes you may just have bad people around you. You got to recognize that. Sometimes you may have to remove people out of your life that are not benefiting you at all. And I know it seems like a harsh thing. Man, I've known this guy for so long. You're telling me I got to kick this guy out of my life? Like I got to just end the friendship? I've been friends with him for so long. Is he bringing good values to you? Is he helping you in any way? Is he benefiting you in any way? That's the question you got to ask yourself. Is he benefiting you in any way? If not, then what is the worth of him staying in your life? If he's not benefiting you, you're not benefiting them. Or even if you are benefiting them, but they're not benefiting you, then you're just going to drain yourself out. You are going to drain yourself out. So you need to make the decision of whether you should keep that person in your life or not. It's up to you at the end of the day. But anyways, that's a whole nother conversation again. My bad. I'm going off topic again. The point is, you need to figure out your life path. You need to figure out what is it that you want to do. Live to higher standards. Stop living with the standards of everybody else, with the standards that they supposedly set. There's a lot of rich people that are not high value. Simple as that. And what I mean by high value is having higher values, having something that they can give to the world. You could be rich and be a terrible person. Let's be honest. You can have a lot of money and be a terrible person who doesn't have any morals or anything. I see there's a lot of them out there nowadays. That's why I don't care if you're rich. Stuff like that. That doesn't earn my respect. A person that earns my respect is someone who I can see that is going towards that path, but also has higher values. They have a family that they're working towards. They have one person who they devote themselves to. They stay loyal to that person, while they're also doing business and doing everything that they got to do as well, working on themselves every single day. Those are the kind of people I respect. Those are the kind of people that I can look up to and be like, shoot, that's a good role model to go after. I'm a follow that kind of path. Those are the kind of people you want to look to. Look at people's lives and ask yourself if that's the kind of life that you want to live. I guarantee you, dude, with a lot of these people that are rich that seem like they're having such a good life, if you were in that same situation, you probably wouldn't be happy. And they're probably not even happy. It may seem like it, but they're probably not. Being with a whole bunch of women all the time, it's not going to make you happy, dude. You might be with a whole bunch of women, but you're always going to feel by yourself. Because guess what? Those women are only there for one thing. It's better to have somebody who's going to be there with you through thick and thin, always. A lot better that way than the other way around. All that partying and all the drinks and all that kind of stuff, all this time that you waste with your friends out in these places and stuff like that, what is that going to benefit you in the end? Do you think that when you're older, 40, 50 years old, that's going to be what you're going to enjoy at that point? You think that's going to be what's going to bring you the most fulfillment? It's not. It is not. Make sure you choose your role models well. It's okay to have role models of people that you look up to, but make sure you choose them correctly. Because there's a lot of people who put as their role models that are not good role models. And they're going to realize really quick, if they try to get to that life, they will never be happy in the end. Have higher morals. Have higher standards. Think at a higher level than what everybody else is thinking. That's how you separate yourself from the pack. Think at a higher level. Don't think like them. Don't think like them. They think these things are important. They're not important. There's a lot of other things that are a lot more important than that. Focus on you. Focus on building your life up the way that you want it to be built up. Choose the right role models in your life. Choose the right friends in your life. There's a lot of decisions you have to make in your life. You learn from your mistakes and you keep pushing on. But it's up to you to make, even if you make bad decisions, for you to correct them and fix them up. Nobody else is responsible for your life. Nobody. You are responsible for your own decisions. You are responsible for your own outcomes. Everything that happens in your life, you got to take accountability for. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do now? What is it that you're going to do to be able to find that path that you're trying to walk down and to kind of differentiate yourself from everybody else? Or are you just going to keep pushing on, living like everybody else and trying to do everything that is pointless? Follow the vanity of life. Oh man, you got to have fun. You only have one life. It's not fun, dude. Brings no fulfillment. All that stuff. None whatsoever. That's why that stuff never interested me. The vanity of life is temporary. Very temporary. You're not going to find happiness in the vanity, in chasing those vanities in life. Promise you that. But anyways, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Make sure you had the LionHeart, the heart of a lion in this jungle we call life. Keep pushing. Stop trying to be like everybody else, but learn to have the heart of a lion. Learn to go after your route. Go after your path. Go after what is it that you want to do so that you can keep pushing on until the end. If you're a returning listener, I appreciate it. Getting another episode out soon. I'm going to try to pump these out more, but like I said, I don't want to put out pointless episodes, and that's what I fear. I don't want to just be talking nonsense the whole entire time. If I'm going to get on here and talk, I want to make sure it's going to be something beneficial that's going to build you up into the best person you can be. So, like I said, every time I learn something, then I'm going to pass it on to you guys. So, appreciate you for tuning in. If this is your first time, I appreciate you for tuning in. Check out the past episodes. Like I said, everything is all about building ourselves up to become the best versions of ourselves. Make sure you like it. I have this on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and I have it up on YouTube as well. So yeah, make sure you check it out. And yeah, see you guys soon. Peace.